did find was this. So I bought this, and then I was going to use it. And I noticed that the first time I plugged something in here, it just fell away. The micro USB that's supposed to charge it, it's in. And that's not good, as this is like solid. So how do we open this? And it's been like in the other room for quite some time, because I've not been like, oh yeah, let's fix this today, because I want to spend a lot of time on that. It is not like you're like, oh yeah, let's go to the store and ask them about it today either. So somewhere in there, there's a micro USB that's not where it's supposed to be. We have the edge around here. We have the edge around here. Nothing is really obvious as the place to break this. I'm kind of thinking what we'll get out of this is not a nice little tiny battery like this, right? So it'll be a something else. So how thick is this? It's really thick. I'm assuming lead's here. So, but still kind of tough. Let's see if we can just like pull this thing off.
Bangizmo says, it guesses 2C 18,650 cells by the size and shape.
Ah. Yeah. Let's see. So let's see if this is like possible to get something. It's obviously like one piece, and I probably shouldn't do that with such a sharp thing. So how do we get into this? Try to cut it open in one end. There's a button here. There's also the option of melting it, right? What happens if I do lots of hot air on this?
I am scared for your fingers. Please take care, Fran.
Yeah, so I was kind of close to doing this. This is not extremely sharp, but it's a scalpel anyway, you know? So, it's been used though, right? For all of these things. So let's just see if we just cut away a bit here like this. And I should use another knife for this, really. So, will it keep going underneath the edge? Yes. So, let's just make a hole. And this is not the best knife for this. It's kind of tough edge. So we could always just brush it too. We could like open it where it's definitely broken. Yeah, it's really tough, this material. I don't know if you noticed, but this can do like big metal. So I don't want to do hot air because it's kind of warm in here already. It's 26 degrees. I could open the window though. It is. Let's see what this outside is. It's minus 1.8. So, yeah, bigger knife. Getting a bigger knife.
$26C? Wow, you must have good central heating.
So, this is more like it.
I have just a silly 15C here at home.
Oh my god! Inside! So, I think the heat in the house is like 22, 23, but I'm warming it up with a soldering iron and, you know, all the things. Me, the computer. So, now we're safer here. Let's do the same spot. So this is the normal way to open batteries, right? So it doesn't just feel like it's thick plastic, it is thick plastic. Let's just get rid of some stuff. Because it will just get messier, right? Turn the soldering iron off too, because we didn't find anything to... These also belong with that project. Let's put them in the SD card bin. There's a tiny... Yes, I'm like, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? That's a big one then. Soldering stuff. Yeah, so I might get a saw. I might get a saw.
How it is recommended to open batteries. Smile, smile.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I don't think saws are recommended either. I might just get a saw. I think that's more like stable and more controlled for the batteries, because I might just cut into it, you know. I'm also assuming round ones here, right? And it also not a lot of weight. And we have this connector in there. So we'll have to make like a new box for this if we can get into there. There's a reason why I haven't tried before now. So, by the way, let's get rid of this. It's just annoying. So it was for the glue. So that's my... I have a radiator here that's not on. That...
Oh no, it
has
sounds
a fan.
like the USB micro connector has left the board inside.
Yeah, that's why we can't use it. And we have to get in there, right? So it's just loose. And that happened the first time So I should really have gone to the store and said, hello people. But I think I like bought it a bit earlier before I used it, so I might not even have known where I bought it. So let's get a saw. Let's get this one back then, right? Why not? Now when it's nothing else on it. So let's try and saw like a short bit. And this is also bad. But at least it's safer. It feels like it's more like a reasonable thing. So we're not far into there. How tiny saws do you have? So now I don't see what I'm doing. Let's see if we can bend this off. Yay, we're getting somewhere. So let's see, where is that? It's over here. So what are we sawing into really? So here we can see the values before we destroy it, right? I keep starting the wrong direction every time. So this is supposed to be this. .1 amps, 5 volts. Yeah. So let's actually do this like. You usually can get into most things with this. So maybe the corner of it here. So I should have gotten a bigger one, I think. So let's see. If you just get some edge to bend on, you know, and I don't want to go too deep. So just plastic.
I think it would be hard to return it to the store now, LOL.
Oh, you think so? Yeah. So I don't want to sew into the batteries, you know? That's why I'm careful. So my poor keyboard. I don't want to have a lot of that in my case. There. So I don't know if that's just that I was sewing or if there's actually
almost in. Please take care.
Yeah, sure. So I mostly don't want to break the batteries, you know. I want to use this thing. So taking a little bit at a time just to make sure. So I'm going through just plastic there. So let's go a bit deeper in. So still plastic. Melting sounds very tempting right now. But I didn't even find my tiny hobby heat gun. I don't want to bring a big one unless the whole thing, you know. Let's just put this in the trash. So maybe this was a better way. Well, it'll just be in the drawer forever if I don't do this, right? So I was close to just throwing it out too, but now we're gonna do it. If I break it, I break it. So what have we got? Still just plastic. And we're at the edge of the two plastics, so we can see how deep this is. Quite thick plastic, right? Quite thick. Yeah, I'm gonna get the other one. What do you think? This is like a very old saw that my kids had and we painted it. It's quite sharp. Yeah, so this is, if you see the edge here, it's quite sharp. I could also do like spots and stuff. So where on earth is it over here? Is that a hole? Nah, it's just black, right? So the corner is anyway a great place to find how deep it is. I'm just gonna test the other one too. So there's definitely something there. So the pizza's arriving. I'm going downstairs. I'll be back.
Oh, delicious. Hope you enjoy the pizza.
So, pizza time. So my kid had a kebab pizza, so it's kind of off over there too. So, let's see. Well, this is supposed to be shrimp and ham. It's like one shrimp. We got a hole. We can see a battery. And I kind of broke it a bit with this. It wasn't so. Just the paint on it, nothing else. Oh, look. There's actually parts here. There. So, we can still read what it is supposed to be. I guess we can. So as I said, this is good for breaking things. So, might have been able to snap that off, but you can't, there's no way to feel this. I thought maybe these were like taped on there, but it's like this one is. Yeah. So here we also have this gray bit. Let's just continue. Where do I get a good grip? I'm not trying to cut it, I'm trying to like bend it, right? So there we can see one of the edges. So that's how thick the plastic actually was. And this is a profile of that. So this would be open like that then, but it's not possible. So yeah. So far we only damaged the plastic a bit there on the batteries. There'll probably be more places because of this thing, you know. Oh, something said click. We got something out. Let's get a screwdriver or something like that. We can use this thing. Ha! Look! this is a spongy material. Spongy material with like plastic in, you know, to leave the light. So we could just pop that off probably and use it again. So we can see the tiny LEDs here, like charge indicator. So can we just lift this up here? And then we have screws actually on the buttons. So if we wanted to, we could reuse a bit of this. But we still have to get the board out, right? Because this is the reason we're doing this. It's not just for fun. So it doesn't look very like it was attached to anything. Maybe a bit of glue there. And just a soldering connection. Let's work a bit of pizza, guys. Pizza fun. So, if I ever see one of these again, I know that you're supposed to like... But this is there too. How could you push it then? So, it looks very hard to get it open after it's closed. I guess it's on purpose, right? People are not supposed to open and put your fingers on there. And babies are not supposed to eat on it and... Oh, it fell open. With a charging cord connected and everything. Yeah, it's yummy. My battery's running out. Should be like 4 hours, but I think I used it before. Yeah, so it's only 3 hours. So, let's see if we can actually... Oh, clicked by mistake.
Do you think it is possible to solder the USB connector back on?
Yeah, that won't be any problem. So, it doesn't look damaged at all, really. If you look at it here, you can see all the pins. They look all okay. So, and it looks like there's some stickiness here. So it was like with a soft glue attached. And there's just a pin here on one side. So this one is like fallen off. So something broke. Maybe someone dropped it in the store. So let's... Also, let's check the voltage, right? So this has been in the store for, I think, at least 5 years. Without ever being used. So, I don't know if it was what the state was, you know? As I was trying to charge it for the first time, it was probably empty. Which isn't a good thing, to leave batteries just empty. So now we can see the bottom side.
VR Mechatronics says 2x3, 6 volts or 3, 7 volts?
It's... The out is 5, but it's probably converted, right? So... Let's look at the pads. There, it used to be here. So one of the metal ones just torn out on this side, and this one is just left here. Very odd. and button, and then the USB. So let's measure it.
Thomas Evans should be polymer. Need just wake up. Gizmo says.
So let's look what it says.
7.6 to 8.0 volts total, but if it's really low, they may be midged, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. No more text. You saw there? It says 7 volts minus. Could mean that it's lower. I don't know. It's dirty. How did it get dirty? You know, it was kind of tightly packaged. So, let's clean up before we do anything more. So, I'm kind of thinking we'll just throw all of this out, right? So let's move the pizza.
VR Mechatronics says 3.7 V I saw. You'll just need wake up. Gizmo says, can you measure on the black and red to see what the voltage is?
Yeah, but I want to get rid of this dirt first. And all the sauce. So, I'm just putting them on the floor. So, the screws might be useful if we put the board on something else. So, saving those, the connector. This one we want to use more. So, let's...
VR Mechatronics, yes, that's his right. Hopefully they're not dead.
We'll see. So, I hope that this was worth it. That I shouldn't have thrown it away years ago, you know? So, now I want to...
says, take a piece of packing tape and stick the crumbs to the glue.
Yeah, I'm just wiping it off. It works fine. I got this baby wipes. You kind of use them for everything in the house, so there. We started using them when we had babies, and then they just stayed. So everything is wiped, except for the camera, right? So I think it's already clean now. Good enough. It's not like we're gonna suddenly everything clean. So, just another slice. I didn't finish the last one.
Gizmo says, I now want to get pizza for my dinner.
Yeah. Sorry. This was actually good. I'm not really a pizza person. The family decides. I realized I hadn't drinking anything. So let's go so we can see it all there. But it's loose, you know. Let's get the multimeter. Oh no, cables. So yeah, I think I can just There's bigger things to connect to. There. And the red one is hidden. Yeah, these are kind of big. 2 big hooks for me. We'll take the other pins. That's why I tried that first before I touched anything. There doesn't look like there's any paint or anything in there. So, fingers crossed, everybody. And what do we think? 0.2. That's like kind of what, from what I said, that I was about to charge it. I discharged it and then I was gonna charge it. So it's like very bad. So we'll have to charge it and see what happens. At least we have, even if the batteries are bad, you know, we can use the board. So, something. And, right, do you know what I threw away too much? Here. So, I forgot to remove this bit. So, this should be able to... So, you see the plastic here, how it's merged? This might be the thing for this. Can we, like, get underneath this with something thin? Yeah. There. So, there's tiny bits sticking up there that went into the box. The ones that glow. So this goes on the board. Over the lens. So we could use that. The board we'll use, definitely, right? We'll see if we can use that stuff. Now I'm all full. Though I have some stuff left. 3.7, yeah. So, I guess we could always try charging it first. Because I'm thinking, why would I put a micro USB on here, right? I don't like micro USB. We should put a USB-C instead. And I'm not sure I have ones. But I'm thinking we could like... I don't know if I put on the soldering iron just for cleaning this, but... So, let's see if we put power on here, right? There's big paths. Yeah, so I'm turning power on to the soldering iron. So we're gonna put cables on there and see if we can charge it. So, it'll be easy, and I'm not gonna put this on actually. So I don't care about it, because I don't want my USB. I want to use this. So, I think I have actually this battery size. That's from a laptop battery. That are not dead. But they're probably like 1.5 or something. I don't know what they are. 3.7. We'll see. I can look. They're not new, of course. So. Yeah, so the pads for, as you can see here, V plus and V minus there. Let's use those. It looks like they're just that. So there we see the slightly sticky stuff that's on the connector too. I'm like, why would it be V plus and V minus there? They probably shouldn't have anything, right? Oh, why did it go blurry? So let's just see if there's anything from this side. And they're tighter together than I calculate for holding these. So yeah, thought so. I would think these were ground, right? Too. That's what I would think. So we can see here that
both of those are 0 volts.
Yeah, they should be ground, but it says V plus and V minus there. But maybe it's these, right? So let's do this one. But I think it might be paint on top too. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see how tiny these are. Yeah, I couldn't grab that, could I? Well, maybe those could. So, will this fit in here? It's also too big, right? Or is it? You will find a way. Otherwise, we could go to some other place and see. It's just, you know. So, I'll just grab onto that one. That one, and let's see if there's still like nothing there. So if this was anything, I think we should have gotten something there. But it's also supposed to be charging, right? So it's not, it could be like the other thing, that there are diodes making it impossible to get anything out of there. So I'm thinking, should we connect the connector anyway? I probably have like USB-C, and they probably have the same pins, but I don't want to research USB right now. And I do have micro USB cables, so maybe I'm just not smart thinking I should do something else. Let's just see if we can get this sticky stuff off. Yeah, we have these pins here. So what? Those are lead, right? Yeah. So the lead. So let's hold the connector on top of this, and it should be kind of hopping into place because you have this pin. One of the pins is still on here. So if we could align it. I feel my fingers are too big. I'm getting some tweezers. So well, let's hold on to this. So without big fingers in the way. So there's definitely something there, you know? So that has used to be attached to that. And the reason it's not going further down is probably that it's like not even. So let's do it that way. Let's see if we pull it like under instead. So my fingers get dry when it's cold. They look funny. Come on. Yeah, so let's start with fixing that. This thing is in the way of the board. So the soldering iron is warm. I have 2 things more on the fix list. Just getting rid of the stuff from the desk. The multimeter. So let's get this thing to hold the card. This is when this is so nice to have. I can angle this how I want, you know, because I have a good grip. So I have 2 more of these. Where on earth are they? Maybe my hobby has some. Usually burst. So first I'm just gonna see what happens. This is the horrible soldering iron though. It's very, or rather it's a tip. I have to, when we're done with this, let's check out AliExpress. So let's first see if we can get solder on the tip, because now I'm like curious. Will it even melt? See, it doesn't stick to the tip. This is not what's supposed to happen. So I need new. How quick will it get here if I order from like AliExpress? One of they don't have the tips. They have the full thing with us, and I don't mind having 2 because then I can switch tips without actually doing this. And it's $16, and with a new tip, with an actual tip. Because or we'll do AliExpress. So first of all, will this heat us up enough? So let's I don't know if these are good with heat, but I think so. So let's see. They're getting big though. I have tinier. So we're going to put some solder on there. Now we'll get a big blob at once. Oh my. Yeah, so it's really bad. Seriously. Can you see this? So, if anyone wanted to know what a bad solar tip was. So, when it gets like that, so we've used this 3-4 times, but it is not new. I'm waiting for an AliExpress delivery. It's kind of warm here at the front, so we're waiting for an AliExpress delivery of a cleaning thingy. So otherwise I would just take anything to see if I can get rid of this top layer, because it's new. It's only that it's been 20 years in my drawer, right? So that's it. And it's 385 degrees, and we have a ball of solder here. It just fell off, so the board was also not like easy to. We could increase the heat, but with this horrible tip, I don't know. What about this angle?
That tip is very oxidized.
Yeah, and I think it got like that, from being in my drawer. So I am hoping that this fixie thingy will fix it. But maybe we should just I'm turning it off, and I have another tip that we could try, but it's the same thing. So they look fresh and new, but they've been in my drawer for 20 years, because I've been using 15 years. So they look nice, but the first time you use it, so let's see if I can find the right spot. So it looks, but you can see also that it's not like nice when you look at this closely, right? It's supposed to be yeah, so maybe when it's cooled off we should like do something worse to it, see if we can make it become better, or we'll switch to this one. So there's also this one, but I don't like the shape of this one at all. It's very big. How could I solder this thing? Yeah. So why a kit of 4? But I like the other one. The first one. It's
you can try to use
pointy.
some sandpaper to clean the tips.
Yeah, the thing is that I'm waiting for this, goo for cleaning tips, and it might fix the oxidization and make it like non-sandpapered tip. So it's actually like new. Yeah. So I don't know how quickly this cools off. If I do this, it will go quicker, right? I'm getting some steam from my... So, just doing this. It's not like I'm gonna touch it right now, but... I wish I could have the sensor for temperature on, but turn off the heating. That would be nice, I could see what temperature it is. But that's not how it works. So it's much cooler, but it's not like human friendly. So oh, here is my hubbies, and of course I could borrow it, right? So this is what his looks like. Everything's stashed in. So you can switch them when they're hot by using this, like a silicone thingy. This is, oh, you can't see, right? Also, it has normal power. It's on 1. Well, KSGER T12 soldering station. And I think he bought it from Banggood. It's, yeah, a fuse back there. So, if I just push mine back. So, and let's also check for tips with those measurements. I haven't given up on this one, right? And at work, for switching them, I don't need this, right? I have a much better one. So I did check the pizza, by the way. It's not finished. So yeah, this thing is kind of tiny compared to mine. Maybe you could even have it like this. So, but this feels like I'll burn myself. And it's very thin. It's like a little pen. It's not like a good grip on this. No, I won't buy this, but I can use it. This is strange. So I'm used to this. This grip, right? This feels very odd. And this is rubber. This feels odd. So. But then we can continue soldering. We can do our thing we wanted to do. We just have to get a power cable. But I'm thinking the pizza will be done before we're there. So we can continue soldering. So let's fix the things we need to fix before this. Which means, yeah, this is also like a bit funny. So you have to put it all down, because otherwise it'll go like that. And you could change it like this. And then he said you had to really push it down when you switch them, or it could not be connected. Oh my god, yeah, I'm going to have to switch tips the first I do. So this is like not my favorite, right? And it also started smelling burnt when... so... yeah, it's been on for a bit, but it's already cold. So, meaning... and he also has them to the wall, that's why. So let's look at these. So we still have to wait for a bit. Yeah, this is how he has. So we have something tiny. Let's go with the tiny one. Let's look at the other ones. So... oh, that's a bent one. I'm not talking about that one, it was very odd. But this... that could be nice. I don't like that. So if you're heating something very big up, but then you wouldn't want that tiny one, right? So we have a flat and a bent one. So if we decide we want to try the other one, we can do it. But let's use this one. So they're supposed to go this way apparently, but since he has his wall here, we don't want them to burn it. So let's put some water. It's dusty. I'm going to go check the pizza and also grab click. It's a bit loose. It's not like it's clicking in place in this, just in one place.
That will take a bit to heat the solder on the board, because it is so small at the tip.
Yeah, but we have micro USB connectors to connect. So we're soldering this. So that's why I'm thinking it's kind of nice to have something tiny on the tiny board. It fell off. this. Oh, it's in a holder, so I'll have to get it with both hands. So this is like a sea of water. It's not as spongy as mine. Let's just. So I think my kid's pizza will be done now. There. It's a very tiny sponge. So he gets annoyed with a lot of things.
For the ones
I
in the
get.
middle, yeah. He would use one bigger, so clean the pads first.
Yeah, but this will be okay. This will probably be okay. Though it looks much tinier like this. You know, I didn't look at it without the microscope. These are kind of tiny too. Yeah, you're probably right. So I didn't actually look at it with my eyes. I only looked on the microscope. So where is it? I was like, well, this looks big. Okay, let's put it there. And then the bent one, it's also kind of tiny, right? Yeah, so let's use this one. So click. And this one isn't as hoppy. The other one was just loose. So, yeah, I'll go get a cable, which is probably like there. I can see like 6 of them. As soon as I have... Right, we need this on this too, or I will lose it. Get the pizza. So let's just... Nothing on my phone. Right, there was another thing I needed to do too. It's getting late. I wanted to call my mom before it got late. So let's see here. So we have some gooey stuff and mostly dust. There. So I've like pushed my solar station underneath the table here. Let's put the cable too. And mine is like rubbery. This one is more like normal plastic. Mine is more like, what do you say, silicone feeling? So let's move these over here with the cable. So behind like everything. Behind the mic. There, I can plug it in. And it should be off, so it shouldn't matter if it's off. Plug it in. So, let's just try the power button. It beeps too. It started 25, 26 degrees. So, should be 26.5 when it starts. And we have this tiny thingy, right? Which is kind of dusty. Everything in his room is dust. Let's put this one away. So there. Is that all? Yeah, so we're still... No, it's on my mouse. That's not a good idea. I need to do several things at the same time here. There. Yeah, so I'm trying to imagine having one of these kind of things. There. So hopefully the thingy will work too that's arriving from China to fix those. So this one has its own both types of like wipe the tip off thingies, the sponge and this. So, should I stop my random mutterings here? And we're supposed to check this out instead. And I should carry that one downstairs. So, we have the board here. And maybe I do want to zoom in. So we can see good enough. There. And I'm gonna turn the soldering station on. But where's the solder? That's kinda good to have. I know it's quick, so I'm not turning it on until I need it. Ah, I'll just hit you. So compare sizes. Maybe I should take thinner one. And this will be amazing to actually be able to solder without having the problem. Though I guess I will have to use this one. Oh, it's bent. Where is my glue? Where is the glue? And this is a lead here behind that looks a bit funny. And yes, my skin is very dry. So I'm turning on the soldering iron. And I don't like the sound. This is also nice with mine. It's well, when I change the temperature, there it beeps. But it beeps when I click. My God, that's so annoying. If you can't turn those beeps off, I would never get this. Not that I would get it anyway, because let's see. Oh, so I'm currently turning it. I can turn it up to 480 actually. I'm turning it down again. So I think my hubby had it on 350. So let's keep it at that. And he showed me, so he had turned it down to 280. So let's do some tests. What do I want to test with? So before I do the nice board here that I don't want to break, let's do some tests. So let's desolder some components here. Or something. Just some trash.
Try to clean the big anchor pins or the 4 tiny pins.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start with that board. I'm going to do something else first, so that I'm friends with the soldering station and the iron, the tip. So let's just like remove these big connectors or something first. So let's. I'm like, where am I? Wrong board. There's the right board. That's where I'm gonna do stuff. So yeah, it works with this. So it's nice. The other one that I replaced, it had this one. The other screw next here. This part just fell down, so this didn't help, you know. Because it just that's nice. Yeah. Shine. It's shiny. It's kind of tiny. So compared to what I'm used to, this is microscopic. The whole size of the tip there. Yeah, it's so tiny. Let's see how it does with this. So, but it's hot like in a few seconds. That's good. And this melted instantly. I don't even need any solder. So there. Yeah, let's just get there. Oh, that's so nice. I think I don't have it close. And the tip isn't really in the way. So I'm sorry for moving it. Do you see how quick that's melted? Keep moving it. Yeah, this is nice. This is a lot of solder though. So yeah. So maybe it's just loose. I shouldn't have touched the metal though, that was stupid. So yeah, I actually dropped it. The grip is like horrible. Combined with the weight of the cord. So let's just get some pliers and wiggle it a bit. Yeah, I think we need a bit more heat there. Oh, I didn't get there with the soldering iron until it dropped.
It can take a bit until you get used to its smile.
Yeah, there. So we have a nice connector here we can use for something if we want to. So I could play with this later. But you know, these like work forever. So electrolytic capacitors might not. So what chip is that? So this is speakers, right? So this is speakers. The power in go into this transformer. So this might be interesting, right? What we get out of this. Then after that we have normal electronics, right? And we have an on. We have these can't be like things you turn from the outside, can they? Because potentiometers that are good are expensive. These are not that, right? Yeah, I probably already removed those. There's more stuff to those speakers. It's like a pair of the old white 90s speakers. So let's get this one here. Yeah, I know where the microscope is now. On my hand. There. So let's grab this board. So as close as possible, maybe. But flat is better. That's probably stable. So the angle is probably better. Let's close to the table, but so I can see it. And let's get some better focus on this. Yeah, I have to go ask my hubby if he borrowed that wormy thingy, because I kinda want to do this to the other thing I had, because this is much softer and stuff. This is the amount of solder, by the way. So quite a lot on those. And it's just 350 degrees and it melted, but maybe it's because it's old. I mean, like, if you try and desolder stuff that's old, it's usually like hard, but this was... So I'll probably have to use a microscope for this, because I don't think I see those tiny things good enough. So let's not drop this now. Yeah, and we might want to change the tip too, but I think this is good enough. Let's see.
Really,
oh look, it actually has...
They were not joking.
You mean because of the amount of it? So I dropped it again, second time. I rotated it, and it's like just fell out of my hand.
Yeah.
So this is... You can see it looks like some kind of... It's very shiny and no friction. Yeah, I'm glad we ordered already, or I would have been like, did we get within those 4 hours or whatever? Should I do... I should have done maybe the more expensive freight. It wasn't that much difference. Maybe I'm not glad I ordered already. So let's see now. Hold hard. So not just my loose grip. I'm relaxing my hand usually. Now I know with this one I have to hold it hard. And I remember that this was like not melting here. So let's put some solder on here. There, now we have it. And let's see if I can manage to get this to the same place. So let's see if we can just push this too. If I hold the board, so this pin is in there, right? So this, yeah, there's a hole there. Did I like miss that before? There's no loose bit. Maybe it's on the tip. So now the tip is like clean again. So this side already has a hole.
I think it got stuck with the solder.
Yeah, probably. So I thought it was still there though. That's what. So I would want this to be really. I guess I'll turn it upside down, right? That'll be more like I want it. Yeah, let's give it some more solder. Cause so look, that's not good with these tips because they suck it to the flat surface, right? Though hopefully we'll just so we still have some solder here. Oh, what about turning it on again? Still some. So I can feel how I push it down and that we get. Actually, let's actually turn up the brightness of the light. So I think that will help. It looks like a bit dark. And this is not that green, by the way. And my finger is not this red. So. But I guess the board is that green or something. So let's see. It's blurry, right? So really, let's not make it harder than it is, right? So we can just turn this. And then we can look at the bottom. And right, we have the lead there. But we can suction from that side. So we can also move the lead out of the way a bit. So we can just like zoom it away. I guess it's that side there. So I'll have to do it by eyesight. And it's not like I see anything, it's tiny. So I turned it like upside down and to the side. So well, let's see if we're back. We could actually zoom in even more. So yeah, it's still there. It doesn't matter much. Well, maybe it does, because that's where we're going to put the pin in. So let's actually add solder and remove it again. It's probably better than trying to get that. So just nice to have a tip that actually can melt the solder and stuff. Again, a few days ago I had one that could do it on some sides. Right, so I'm about to switch tips because I'm going crazy in this directional thing here. So you see I have to like turn that one down almost. So I'm gonna melt this out here. And we could turn the heat up a bit too. That's 350. No. So, next. Yeah. The angle is annoying. It's not flat. So, that's why we can't see the hole good. Because it's angled away from the microscope. So, let's just see if I can pull this in there. Actually, I'm switching tips before I go crazy. Okay, so let's be nice to the tip here and put some solder in it. So this is not nice to your lungs, though, right? Whatever. This isn't smart too with this thing. So I'm gonna try this, which feels a bit odd. Error. So does it want you to turn it off? And this is getting hot. It is not cold at all. So let's get the tip that's cold. And put this in its place. There. So it's not like this wasn't hot. So, yeah, I can't touch this thing. And also, silicone and static electricity. At once we got a hair from somewhere. So it's cold now, but I don't know how hot it will get when I put it inside there. I don't think it will get hot, but just to make sure. So extra push it in. Because my hubby had problems that if you didn't push extra it might not. So now we have this tip, which is actually round. I don't want any tips that's not round. So let's turn it back on. $150. Let's see, what temperature does the solder melt at? Oh, standby. So what if I melt something? Yeah, I thought so. Just put it on the water and it started. So that's also one thing I would kind of like not to have. The standby mode is annoying if you're doing something and then you're grabbing the soldering iron and you have to keep touching something to get it to restart. It's annoying. So let's see if this tip is good. So I don't remember how long my hubby had this. The tip there seems a bit black. It doesn't want to melt stuff, so let's clean it a bit. So let's see. It still looks black. Okay, so maybe we're going back. So it's at 350 degrees. And it doesn't melt it on the tip, it melts it there. Okay. So I guess I hold it like that. So this is more like my old tip was, the one that I unfortunately killed. It worked kind of like this, which is very well. If you don't have anything, it works, right? So
The tip being so thin, it gets cold rapidly.
Yeah, but it's in the tin there. And also it couldn't melt the lead at all on the tip, so I don't think that's a problem. Also it's black, you know? It's kind of clear that it's not perfect. So let's see here. This tip is actually so thin. You should be able to just put it in the hole. But the tip cannot melt. That's why I went like to the side here. Nah, so we can't use this one. Let's put as much tin as we can. That's like fresh.
You can try to rise the temp a bit.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that before we give up. And you got a new cleaning kit now, so. I just read that about it didn't want you to fix the temperature. So we go into my standard 385 I mean, from 350. I could do some more of this too, right? So it's still black on the tip. So we don't need to put more solder here. We need to put more solder here. By the way, let's actually hop to this one so we see better. I was like, is there any solder there or not? I can't see. So there's like a ball on top of this. So, you know, this is not what we had before. Yeah. So let's switch it back. It was only, I was thinking I'll never switch it again, right? Because it was bad. And I was going to put clean it first. No, I didn't. Because I couldn't even melt the solder, right? So, whatever. And I might drop this.
I usually use the tip you used the first time.
Yeah, but I don't like those. Intensely don't like those. So it feels like all of them are very tiny, right? So the first two.
Into a hole like this case.
Yeah. So these two. This is like huge compared, but it's not. It's not like a point like I wanted. And then we have these three, which are one that is very odd shape. Let's just put it away. And then we have one that is like a straight peg with that thing. That feels even a bit more natural, really. But then we have this bent one too. And I think it's as thin as this one. So it's even thinner. There. So there's no real tip. I wish I had my other one to show you, because it's this long, you know, and it's pointy at the, almost this pointy at the tip, but then it's better. So I waited a bit now before I did this, because I'm gonna burn my fingers again. And the problem here is too that they're supposed to go backwards in there, so there. And this one should be cold, but it'll probably get warm. Though the iron is off. There. So I didn't burn myself this time. Turning it back on. Assuming I have to like touch something. No, it's going up. Yeah, I didn't have to touch anything. So it was because I last time when I stopped it, I didn't turn it off before I pulled it out, so it got like failure. That's why. So I don't know even why to use these. Yeah, that might be useful. So I usually wouldn't put the tip itself in there. I would put this in there.
Maybe it has an accelerometer inside, so if you're not using it, it stops the heating.
Yeah, that's what it does. But this time, when I started it, it didn't start. Because it got failure because I pulled it out. So so this smells instantly, right? And it's kinda lots melted here now. So let's actually suck this up. Focusing on that side. So it's still bubbling at that end. So there. Good. So lots of solder, tip change. Back. So what I've learned so far is that I had to put it like more like that, flat. So now we have the other ones. And this is a bit too shiny, right? Let's see if we can find a better angle to look at the card. I can just pick it up. So let's just hold the connector here. And I might even go and get a USB-C one if I can find them. Yeah, this is so tiny. Let's see, I have tiny plier. Maybe that's the best for this. One of them is bent. So it's not a lot though. So these look, I mean, these don't look like they were torn off a board, right? It looks more like it was new, except for that one of these was off. And there's supposed to be glue underneath there. It's sticky. So now when we empty the solder, or rather empty the broken bit there, we'll probably but we can remove that solder too. I'm just testing how it fits. So let's see. Yeah, so now it's flat on the board. Good. So for now we just want to try charging and see if the batteries are dead. If they are, we just use this board, and we might want USB-C here instead. And if it happened to fit the same, I don't know, but if it does, it's like easy. And maybe I shouldn't do this now, because it's a broken connector too. But let's just get rid of this solder too. I'm just gonna put some more there and take it off. So let's just melt some solder. I don't know if it's possible to take all of this off. We'll see. They might just stay having some tin on them. Oh, we dropped it there. This doesn't look good at all. Did we break it? Is the suction too efficient? Though we only need the charging pins. Wasn't there one more here, right?
If they are 0 something, you will need to charge them from the cables, or directly each battery. Those may be recyclable.
0 dot something. What? Yeah, so I tried to find before plus and minus. It says plus and minus here, which is a bit odd. And then there's also these holes, you know. So there might be these. So we really don't need even a connector.
4 pins.
There's supposed to be 4 pins. Okay, because it is 4 pins. But they're not evenly spaced. So that's 5 pins. So I think one disappeared really. And I think I did now. But hopefully, let's not hope. Let's check. So fact check of micro USB USB pins. Yeah, so that's why I said probably doesn't matter if we're just using power, right? But let's just check it.
And the outside too are plus and.
Yeah. So I want the data on it. Exact. So let's give it to me here. Yeah, so it's as I thought. In which side there we have exactly which pins is which. So this one is VCC and this one is ground. Meaning if we look at the board in the microscope here, I can't see it. Oh, it's in the corner. I'm moving the wrong thing. There. So let's make this bigger. So if we look there at the board, so 5 should be the top one. Oh, and VCC, it's also correct with this plus and minus markings here. So that might just mean like this. And I know you can't see my mouse if I'm pointing in my preview, but I think you can think what I think. So I'd really like just to solder something onto those, but it's tiny too, right? So let's take one of those tiny wires and see how big it is compared. So I got the red and the so I really don't want the connector right here, right? On this board. So we can put the USB stuff, USB connector somewhere else too if we want to. So how big is this compared to this? If I'd rip those pads up too. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was what do you call it? Suction thingy. So if we were to look at this, it's quite much bigger, and we would probably like connect it to this too by mistake. This one looks easier because it's got more space, but they're also tiny things. Yeah, the USB one seems like a safer option. So if we just attach the micro USB here now, and I should never have removed or anything. I should just have put it there and put solder on and been happy. But that's easy to see afterwards. So, come on, there's the hole. Should be here somewhere.
You can start with the bottom one because there is more space.
So that pin, why didn't it pop into the hole this time? So it is like on the middle of it. If I'm not... Let's see.
It's bent. A bit.
Yeah, it looked a bit bent. No, it's more like the connector itself is angled here. This is good. It looks like different. It's just that we only have one thing to align it with. We should have two. So I think I have these. Let's just go check. It's in the holder now at least. Yeah. So what we really should do, yeah, so just putting it out there is enough to make it go up there. It's warm. No? Ah, it went a bit over and then going down again. So you're watching green. So I guess that we kinda try and solder this side here of the connector there, where it's actually in the board. And then we try and turn it on that point until we have a good connection. Let's see. Or if I get in a good position, which it's not in, we could like pin it there with something. So let's get some of over here. So maybe this can just pinch it down. So let's move it slightly. Oops. Yeah, so should have been placed with what I had. So why is it not? Why is it so high up? That's very crooked. So I'm just gonna push that on, which didn't work because I grabbed the lead to actually moving the lead out of the way a bit. So it just fell off the lead. Right. We also see that they're connected there, right? So let's just touch this. And it's very black. So what direction am I really in now? On C. So I'm putting my elbow in a very odd angle now. Oh gosh. So it's like hot air burnt me from going straight up. So we don't want these to be connected. Even if it's data, you never know what's on the other side. My goodness. Yeah, so I'm not very happy with his soldering iron. So, and there's not really a tip on it. I want a tip. So let's do what I did before, putting it like flat on the side. So yeah, so there's still quite a lot of solder here. And I don't know if there is something left of this pad. Do I dare to suction this thingy again? I could pull the pad
use
off.
something like this. Web link.
So let's see here. Right. We can remove it another way. Yeah, I was just going to. Oh, that's a long link. Let's see what the link is. Yeah, I was just going for that. Same thought. There. So I hate it though. It's my horrible worst nightmare. But I don't wanna, if I don't have to, use the suctioning thingy again. So that one is thinner.
I have no idea why the links are so long.
I think you probably got something else in there too. So why is this so long? Let's just. So. So, let's see now. This looks huge, but it says 1.3 millimeters. I think the
I do
tip.
not like it either because you need to keep the soldering iron a lot to make sure you do not take the pads too.
So I think it's quite safe as long as you don't like leave it on when you lift the iron. I'm trying to aim, it's like impossible. This is so tiny surface. I think we sucked something up there. No. So the heat is transferring to the roll, of course. So this is quite hot. It's actually, if I put it in a bit more, we can get more. Let's just cut off this bit. So let's see now. This is so tiny. All of the tips are so tiny. So my hubby said he just selected some when he got it. So he didn't like really plan which ones. So it was like over there, right? And it's so little solder, so we might not even see it. So I'm afraid to touch it because it's going to be more. So yeah, let's make sure the iron is as clean as it can be. Yeah, it looks actually, it looks clean now. So let's go a bit further up on this and push it right on the spot and just stay unrolling it a bit. So I don't really care if these pads in the middle fall off too, right? But it's really, do I even melt it? Yeah. There I melted it. But it didn't look different before, right? So now we melted it, but not with this in between. So we'll probably have to like make a little hole in there. There. So this is so stupid. It feels very, very like what am I doing, right? What on earth? By the way, let's actually see better. So tiny things. Let's see now. Let's meld it again. There. So as long as it doesn't touch that one, I'm happy. Because I will still solder it again. And I don't even know if this matters.
You have a missing pad there.
Oh, that might be it. So maybe that's why it's not getting sucked up. Oh, so maybe actually add tin and suck again. Oh my. Alright, let's grab something to push this with. So this is very warm with my fingers now. So this is not a big thing. It's quite tiny. So that's why. Oh gosh. So I'm holding the board now too, so I have a better grip. Yeah, so I'm thinking let's add solder instead. Let's see if we can get some, move this knot when we actually have some liquid here too. Let's do it again. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna use the suction thingy. That doesn't work because I can't get in there. This way. As you can see, it's not hard to get the right place. it's hard. So let's. Yeah, I think I got the loose bit away. So we can zoom more. Let's actually zoom more so we can see even better. So we can go closer than this too. So there. That's the mess. I think I can see that pin there now, right? So I'm trying to point with something very tiny, which is not as tiny as this. There. I think it is there. Right. I should have like a needle, though I'd burn my fingers off. So we could maybe take the tip of the scalpel. See how big does this look in comparison. We're actually underneath. Look. So we have the pad here. So now I could actually grab it. And then I can melt it. So let's grab it with the tiny pliers. If I can at all. These are very tiny. It's like this. It looks giant. Yeah, so it's so tiny. My god. And I've never even broken a pad before. This was the first time. So this is too damn big. So I'm going to the other room and getting some tweezers. Only thing I found was normal tweezers in the bathroom. They're at least better, maybe, than these. We'll see. Let's click on the link. Alright, I forgot to mouse click. So. Oh. Yes, I have a set of tinier ones. These are like huge, the ones that are here. So it's because I just opened these. That's why they're here. So in the other room, I used to do soldering and stuff. But then I got this desk instead, you know. And then I stopped using that. So it piled. And one thing I lifted off was a bag with stuff from my dad's. So yeah, it's I need to clean that place too, so we can find stuff again. But I don't know where the tools are. And now I'm also missing those, which is very annoying. But I think these I can at least grab this with
these. Are very
these.
small. I almost hurt myself when I got them.
Okay. This is just normal, so I would burn my fingers off. So I've got a good hold, but I would burn my fingers. So maybe if we do the silicone around these. So if I hold them with the silicone, right? So I grabbed it. I could hold it. So I'm going to try this. Let's see. So let's see if I can grab it again. It was kind of easy. These are just normal human use tweezers, so it's not any special thing. So get a good grip. I don't know where my others are. That's annoying. So I'm moving it with the tweezer. Let's cough it off, right? I don't know if I moved it. I like broke it. No, from coughing. I think it's gone. Is that it? Good timing cough. So let's see. It might just be another angle. So I will be able to hold this for a bit with the silicone, because I could hold the worm tip. So I think it might still be here. No. Okay, so is it there? My god, it's so damn tight. So this is the hardest fixing project yet. I thought this would be so easy. I never imagined, because it never happened to me, a pad falling off like that. Not that we need it, but actually I have another idea. Which is much better than this. Whatever, let's we don't need the tweezer ends anymore. There's nothing to hold. This is so annoying. So my other idea is to actually beep these points with other points on the board that are more accessible. So why not? So we probably can get a connection to another place which is easy to solder something bigger to, right? These are the tiniest thing on the board.
Are the middle traces not even connected?
Probably not. I don't know for sure, of course. So let's just get rid of this again.
It looks like they just stop.
Yeah, it looks like that, but we don't know if there's something else. But since it's just for charging, right, there shouldn't be any connection. Shouldn't be any logic there. So let's keep this heated. I'm actually going to move the microscope because it's in the way. So, come on. I just had to move stuff a bit. So, did this break more stuff? Maybe I should use that more. So, I think actually we have a treasure on the tip. Maybe. Let's see. Is that the rest of the pin?
The V+1 is just connected to the plane near that capacitor.
Yeah, it looks like that. Now when we're this close we can see much better. But I still don't want these connected if I can avoid it. So I would prefer to be able to measure them. So let's just see if I can melt this again. Let's take the, what do they call this in English? What do they call this in English? I don't know. These are both with German text. We say like soldering, like when you do your hair, braids. Soldering braid is what we say in Swedish. But in Swedish. So let's move it around a bit. See if we can get the heat through. We can very clearly see the text on the ships there. Yeah, so this is not a hit, right? So on a normal soldering tip, I would be able to just dip the tip and get some solder, wipe it off. Solder removal braid, wire, okay. Yeah, they're putting everything, all words. It might not be an official name. Since they might not speak English very well too, right? So yeah, I think we got some solder off there. Let's see, let's hope I don't desolder those components. So do we have any solder on the tip here? A tiny amount. Yeah, so slowly we will get this off. Without anything else but a soldering tip. So... So you can see the drip there, the drop. I'm just wiping it on the wet sponge. So come on now. There we go, some more hopefully. A little bit more. Everything in a micro scale. Is it even visible? So, oh, so I'm messing it up more instead of less. So,
use the flat part of the tip, it will heat more at once.
Yeah, but I don't want it to heat, I want it to stick. And it's like impossible too, because I can't hold it that way. This is very heavy, and this is like a tiny, I can't see it with my eyes where the tip is. So it's so tiny. So I could try this, but you see I can't really do it. So sideways we go, but there's a bit of solder on there, so let's get rid of it. Oh, I'm so sad I broke my tip. The one that actually were working.
I did not realize the cable was so heavy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's like nothing in the soldering iron. So my hubby asked, "Oh, what do you think of it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's the tips are kind of tiny." He wanted me to say, "Oh, it's great," you know. So I was too honest. So I don't care anymore. That's good enough. I'm turning the soldering iron off for a bit, and we're gonna measure stuff instead. So we're going to take tiny things to connect to this. So away it goes. These are too big to measure with, so we want those gone too. And those. And I have two cables here that are thinner. So let's just plug it all in. So we're going to connect the red one to this. And then this one. There. And then the other sides. Let's actually beep it. So we can test beep, right? And you can see how tiny this board is, right? It's very tiny, and this cable is like this. So let's keep this one connected to this pad here, and let's actually move this one out. I know it's in the middle there. We don't need it that much in the middle of everything. So where on earth is the board? So up there. So now you can see a bit bigger surface. And we can go this full screen. So now you can see like more stuff. Let's actually pull this back. We're not gonna push that hard on it. And let's angle this so it's actually angled towards there, right? So we can still see the pads. And let's see. So this one is like angled a bit, so I can reach stuff. And let's start with the plus. This is plus. There. So did you say you thought it was connected here? Let's just check this big pad here. Maybe it's easier to start with minus, because it might be connected just to ground, but it's not. I'm just testing the big ones here. So there we have one of them to the switch. So I could look, more. Let's try again. Not this side, but this side. So we have both. This and this. How much easier was that? Just use the tiniest bit of logic, right? So confirming, this one goes there. This one goes here. I'm happy. I don't have to mess with this broken connector and these broken pads. We can use big sized stuff. So this is like, could it be 1 millimeter width? So it's not big, but it's much bigger. So yeah, now I almost need. Do I have like a ruler? Let's see. If we compare this, yeah, it's like 1 millimeter. So, but compared to the pads, it's giant. So I have learned a lesson. Don't use strong suction on tiny pads. That's my first so far broken pad. Well, I'm happy. Let's actually solder some wire there. And let's do this sort, because it seems to be like easy to put there. So let's just get some cable. So this is probably, yeah, this is the right sort. So these are like shiny ones. I think they're older maybe. They're a bit thinner, I think, from the other red. And this is a tiny bit orange, but I don't care, it's red. I think these are thinner. So this is mostly just the cover of them. So let's just get something. These are not flexible, they're the opposite, but it will be easier. So we shouldn't bend this a million times. So let's, what do we do? Like this long? Now let's do a bit of this. Where is it? There. Oh, let's get the same length. For no reason at all, because they're not in the same place, right? Whatever. Right. So
Mark Song says, "Hey guys."
I'm thinking, should I have selected the other sort? Because it's still tiny. But I could fasten this here. Maybe I should just have a short bit and then we attach something more flexible. But let's just think, this is to test if we can charge the batteries as a primary thing, right? I'm thinking maybe I should put like a pin there.
What are we fixing?
This is a like rechargeable battery thingy with the micro USB full enough. At the first time I was trying to charge it, so
Aduku says, check the B- if it connects to the big USB metal thing.
I did. It's not. That's what I meant with it's if it's connected to the ground. Yeah, but this is okay.
It's a battery charging circuit.
Yeah, with the battery attached too. So it's supposed to charge. Oh, what happened there? So let's see. So let's get something more to hold the wire. This one is not fixed yet. It doesn't have any smart additions like shrink tube or anything. Or these can't turn good. It's horrible. Don't like it. So let's rotate that. So a little bit down, so it's pushing. And let's bend this in the direction that's good. So I'm thinking maybe should put it shorter. Let's cut off a bit of that.
How do you know which part to fix? Do you use a schematic, or do you have another process?
So we knew which pins were plus and minus here. And this is minus and this one is plus. And then I checked which... I use a multimeter to beep to other points. And I found 2 points that works. So we have another connection. Let's do the red one. The red one is connecting here. So this might be tougher, though. So I first just want to check it that it works, right? And I selected these stiff ones to be easier to solder because the other ones go all over the place. And these are like thin. But maybe it's a bad choice. Because, yeah, let's do the black one first now. So I cut it very, very short. Maybe I should make it longer again. This is very short now. And maybe I should like go this instead. There. And even a tinier bend. So it's still on the board. So let's see if we do this. We can get some support from the border. We can glue it. So there. I guess we just do it. We're never gonna get to do any box today because this is taking too long. So I move that instead, right? And then we go full screen. This is I'm borrowing my hobby soldering iron because mine's worse. So how could I possibly reach this area? Oh gosh. So I can't see it with my eyes. It's too tiny. I might melt the plastic too. So maybe the best is to just put some solder on the tip, which I can't see which side is which even. So let's put some solder on the tip. Come on, tip. Be in the same place. I turned it off. That could kind of help to turn it. So let's see how long will it take for this to heat up. That's what it's good at. It's already on 385. So if we put some solder on the tip, well, let's use this flat surface there. I think there's might be some solder on there, yeah. But I wanted more really. Not that much. Well, it's okay. So we're now the dentist. We're going in to fix this with a bit of fixie thingy there. So this is not a real good soldering, but yeah. So let's quickly test it by it's still in beep mode. So first of all, let's test that the beep still works, and then we're going to beep from... So was I even on minus now? I think so. Yeah. So let's do the other end of the cable, which is not even... Peel something off it. There. So now let's beep. Oh, it's off. It fell off. So what happened? So the plastic has melted off a bit. But what happened with that? Wasn't it there? Okay, redo. Redo. Okay. So obviously I need to test that it's actually there too better. So we got a new dentist feeling block. And I'm trying to angle it. It makes me actually see.
Arduku says, I think you actually can put that to your pad where you suck the solder out.
If you mean this, we have tested. So now it fell off again. So it needs to be like more attached. The solder just melted to the wire. So let's heat it up for longer. So I thought I did this first time. Let's see, the cable is very warm. Is it cooled enough? No, it's still moving. So it was mostly attached by the plastic. So this does not attach very well. That's not good. So why is there might be some protection here? But no, it shouldn't be. Let's just melt it without anything. See if that we can melt it, right? So the problem is that I have a hard time to reach the spot. So let's do this direction. If I turn it around, we should have a better point. Does it seem to melt? So we didn't look more when we found this. So as we have tried this, let's just check for a few more places.
It might be solder that has a higher melt temperature.
This is lead solder. But we can always increase the temperature. So we know at least we have a beep point here, right? So we can just check from this point.
But the one on the board might not be.
Yeah, it might not be. So yeah, it turned off. It died. So off, on, beep. That's why I do the test beep, and I didn't now. So test beep. So throw out all knowledge about what beeps and redo it. Oh gosh. So now this doesn't even beep. Seriously. It's beeped all over the place before. This is so tiring. So what's up with this point? What happened? Did I
change the state of the button?
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, it's a click button. It's not a... I think it's doing logic, hopefully. I think it's start charging. Start charging. That kind of thing. Like the sleep of this. So it's probably not a on-off button. So now I'm just generally going nuts here. Yeah. So that leg is also that. Which is a much more horrible place to try and solder something, right? On here.
Battery minus.
So here. So these two are connected on this side, meaning we could kind of put the cable sideways here and connect to both and possibly get a better one, since these are still connected anyway. Just to confirm it's not going crazy and beeping for everything. What? It's beeping for everything. So, getting rid of my fingers. Oh, right. So, this is seriously interesting, because this means that this is the capacitor that takes the input. Look, one side is this, and the other side is this. So we just need both sides of this. Meaning we could really move this somewhere else and just use these if we wanted to. So I'm currently longing for throw hole components and stuff, right? So also these cables feel like they're not good for soldering this. And how will I possibly solder on this side? Let's see, this side feels more reasonable, because here there's nothing else, right? So solder, and let's again check this to this. It's not connected to minus, it's not connected to plus, so unfortunately. So where would it be nice to do some soldering? If we happen to have a connection here, for example. So let's see, that's also connected to minus, which we already have. So what about this one? My aim is getting more and more tired here. So no, not that either. So could we get a cable in between this leg? Let's check if we need to. They may already be connected, right? So yeah, that's nice. We don't have to worry about that. Though we have this here too. This is the lead. But these two are connected to that pad. So this is plus and this is minus. There. Okay, let's go again. At least it's bigger, but let's take the tiny cable now. Or tiny ones. I'm giving up on this. This won't stick as much, right? It's big and it's like if you bend it a little, it's out of there. So let's do these again. Soft and tiny. And this is the contents of a USB cable. So it's normal USB power, which this is too. So how long do we want them? And now I'm kind of going to use this fraying bit instead of being annoyed at it, right? So let's... How long do we want it? Like
you
this?
could use wire from a coil. It is insulated and really tiny in diameter.
Yeah, but I want it to be several ones. That's why I switched to this, you see? So this will stick better in the solder. So let's just peel some more off one of them. So one is good. Okay, the other has a bit more. So let's just get like a millimeter more. There.
I know, but if it does not fit.
Yeah, but now we have 1 millimeter big pads instead of... I don't know how big the micro USB is. Let's see. Do we have the connector still, or did I just throw it away from annoyance? So let's compare. This is the size of these. So the pads would be like 1/3 of a millimeter. So we have 3 times the size from these. And this one was just odd, and maybe it was just the wrong cable type too, right? So so I think this thing is fun, but we're like done now, right? So before, I'm actually going to move something on the poor multimeter so it doesn't fall asleep again. Then let's get this thing. I'll probably need that again. So first, beep is on, and what is plus and what is minus, right? So this, let's do this first. Both this one, let's see here, 1/3 of a millimeter, and we checked also that these two are connected, and this is plus. So let's put the red wire there. The multimeter can rest. So red wire, and let's see how big it is now in comparison. So we might want to get back some of that. So if I like bend this, and we do like this, there. So this is very tiny. So what if we like, can I even twist it? I think I tried. Couldn't see anything. So I think it's a tiny bit twisted. Oh my. Let's do it with pliers. I mean, if it falls off, it falls off. But my fingers are not tiny enough. So I'm thinking we can cut off what's too long. Alright, it's more in one place. Let's add the angle back. And this, as long as we don't hit that lead pin. By the way, why don't we cut these off? Right? We don't need this. So this is the lead that's on this outside. So I was just going to bend it though. So let's start with bending it. That way. That's probably enough. But since they're kind of long, we could also cut it off.
Put a bit of solder on it. It will be easier to cut and the little wires will not jump all over the board.
Yeah, but it's already cut.
On the wire, I mean.
On the wire. Yeah. So that could be where we put the solder instead of on the. So now, though, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. So we have a limited space here, but we know that we can use both of these, which is nice. So I'm going to cut off a bit of the tip here too. Let's see how much is that. That might be too much. It's too tiny for the pliers. So, yeah, I have to do the twisty thing again. Hey, Ben. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go and get my kids some more food. Let's see. That messed it up. Let's see if we can get it like flatter with finger power. Yeah. And bend it again. What a mess, right? So this is kind of a nice position. And maybe we should even glue it before we do anything else. I've never done that before, but why not,
That's
right?
That's why I said to pre-solder the wire tongue.
So, yeah. So the thing is that I don't know what you're answering. So, let's see if this is good enough. No. Let's rotate the holder thingy a little bit. Actually, take it up and rotate down. And then go down again. Nice. It's bending up. So we'll do this. It's just fidgety thing. So there. And when I solder this later, we will it's not a big height. We should get like a little blob there. So I'm actually going to put some glue here on the edge of the board so it doesn't fall off from the cable like the other one did. So let's just put a tiny dot of glue here. So what do you think? So if stuff is too tiny, cheat, right? So I'm going to get some sandwiches for my kid. So he wants to have them before he sleeps today. I'll be back and we'll continue this tiny project. That actually leveled up that's a much more space. We have a whole millimeter.
Should work on that part. We will see how it holds on the pad.
So I feel like this is tiny. It hasn't went to sleep. Doesn't go to sleep. So let's see here. Oh no. That was stupid. So the glue didn't work. It's good to know. Well, let's move this instead. That's what I was shooting on. So it's good to know the glue didn't work. Let's actually do normal soldering. And maybe this is a bit too bright to be actually good. Why is it so not sharp? There. By the way, I noticed that my keys on my keyboard are very audible on stream. I don't like that. So let's push down with the only tip we have on this, which is between the flat surface and the rest. So let's see there. Let's try and push down that, and then we can melt the solder on the flat surface. But I do need these, I think, because part of it will be much easier like this. So it's not 3D otherwise. So let's see. I'm in the right vicinity. I'm trying to solder with a cable. That's smart. Very, very slow. And going to that looks big. And I held it quite long, so I hope that it's really connected. And not just yeah, that looks good. And we can see also that the cable has melted. So let's actually put an actual blob of glue here, but now I'm thinking melt glue, right? So we want this to be in the place where we want it to be, and we want it to be there without it's all the weight being on the solder. So I'm just looking for the button, meaning I should probably go to sleep, right? So, but let's heat this up. I think it's kind of quick, just sort of low heat one. So, right. So the tip of this on this, and this is the tiny one. What if we use the big one? So I'm just putting a tiny blob there. Yeah, so I might get those tweezers. Arduk, are you still here? So they look kind of expensive, but it might be worth it. Might be worth it.
Yes.
So, let's see. Yeah, it's not warm yet.
For me it was 7. Something to KK.
Okay, okay. So, 7, not 70, like minus 60 or what? So it always will say something like 50% off on AliExpress. You can't go on that.
7 DKK.
Okay, and those are not too far from Swedish, right? Yeah, so probably if I search, we can do this while we wait for it to melt the glue. So I want one cable done before I mess about with the other one and this falls off, you know. So what we can do here is we can drag an image and search on an image. And it doesn't work all the time. And sometimes we can copy this. We'll only paste a bit of it though. Wrap. And we probably have to remove this because it will kill the whole thing. And then we can do like free shipping, price. And this is not the same thing.
1.54 seconds. Translated from Indonesian.
Oh, so even that.
Sweat KK. Translated from Estonian. KR. Translated from Swedish. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. So here we're getting something. We're at this price, right? So it seems to be this price for these. We can always search for other. So like tweezer, titanium alloy. I'll use that too. So they might be worth it, you know. Are these the same? These are a tiny bit. So let's see if they're the same. Looks the same. Come on, images. Oh, there are different tips too. So there are like bent and straight ones. Yeah, we'll see. Is this the only... No, I had more tabs. So this one we can close. Oh my god, you can't see a thing because we were looking at comparison. Sorry. Yes, I just searched and we found this. And I sorted on price, free shipping and price. And these seem to be like it's not a lot of them. But there were also different models. It's slow. These may not even be the same as the others. Whatever. So let's hop back. Let's hope it's warm. Yeah. That's a low temp. You can touch it without dying. Or without burning. It feels warm, but you don't burn yourself. So if the ships get real warm, this might be a bit melting. So now we have a big string of glue here. The good thing with the low temp one though is it's just instantly solid. Kinda. Another cable that wants to pull stuff all over the place. So let's unclip that. So now it bends here. There. That's nice. So, I thought of another point there. So, I was going to put the other one there, right? No? Where did I think of more? There was another place too. Let's check it all again, because it would be like nice to have them both the same strong place, right? So if we can have a place which is real strong like that. So first of all, let's get some cable here. So I'm just gonna see if I can twist it. There, and then we can see if we beep again. So yeah, I think I probably want my right hand doing the hard stuff, right? And that means this. And let's see here now. Good connection. Then we want to find a good connection for this one. And we have, let's see here, that one, which means we can beep other stuff here, right? Yeah, we were talking about this, right? Putting across these two. So we again have two spots to attach it to. And then we have this too, but this is a messier place. So I think this and putting it on that direction. So So like that. And it's a bit long, but it's also not twisted, so let's see if we can. So the like medium twist is probably better, but I don't think I can do really good anyways. So let's give it a bit shorter. Let's make it a tiny bit shorter. So it's so much tinier that I can't really see it really, right? So what about this? Yeah, I still wanted a... No, it's like perfect, right? So if we were to fasten this like this by actually grabbing the board here. So there. So now we have a real... It's there, you know, it'll be there forever. So I want these with tinier tips. Yeah, so it's not as tight as it could be. I think it's good enough, right? So if I twist this, it won't change, but if I twist it back, it will. So release and push a bit. So now the pressure here is kind of heavy. Yeah, I'll have to steer this instead. So the batteries are like in the way. So rotate. I should have been happy with the first, because now it's not probably going to be as good. It's very hard to hold it since it's the weight of all that. Yes, so let's actually let's just go for it. 10. And I'm not moving that, I'm moving that. Let's put this one here. I'm actually going to bend the tin so it's like easier to reach. Now let's make sure the tip is clean. There. So I'm gonna push it like this. Though when I let go it might just pop back, but if it does, hopefully there's enough tin. That looks like sturdy, right? So what's wrong with my tin when the tip goes black? It was, right? So what do you think? So it melted through there. Let's hope it didn't do that underneath. So let's try and actually put it on the middle of the ship, right? So I'm bending it slightly. And maybe we even do it on this side of this. No, I want it on the middle of that. Yeah, so I knew that would happen, but I was thinking it was okay, right? So let's actually look underneath. It is possible. If you just have a good angle here. It looks like there's no copper visible, right? So the upside we don't care.
You can put something like nail polish over the punctured isolation.
Yeah, but we're going to put the melt glue all over the place. So it's just the underside I was curious about. So now let's melt everything. Let's melt everything. It could even go on this side here, right? So we could have put it on the other side there if I had already put the glue, but I don't care really. There, the glue is still hot. Let's put some on here. So on the other one, it was mostly careful for the glue getting into the USB connectors. Now I put some more. There. I don't think we can get any connection through that. So let's also confirm.
It does not interfere with the case. You can go over the other cable.
Yeah, but there's no case. It was this. It was all like one piece. So we had to use a saw, knife, I don't know, all the things, pliers. Let's say these were heavily used to open it. So, and also the batteries, we don't know if they will charge. They just have 0.2 volts. And they've had that probably for quite some time. So probably they're dead and we'll have to do other batteries, but then we have a charger that works, right? So now we're going to try beeping these again. And it's not on the stand or anything, it's just loose now, so I'm grabbing the black wire first. So that's not a connection. Ah, it's not on beep mode. That's good. I saw the value, so it's okay. It scared me for almost. Well, it didn't actually scare me. I didn't care enough. Yeah, so we have a good beep here.
Nanometer smiles.
Yeah. So it turns off, and I have to turn it on, and then I forget sometimes to put the beep back on. So here we have the other one. So we have both this one and this one connector connected to nice wires, right? We can use these much more easily. So now we're gonna plug 5 volts to these. So let's turn off the poor multimeter. And let's put it in the drawer. Cause we'll probably need it again, so better put it there. I'm just looking for a cable, so I wanna... Yeah. I want this cable. So we used it for another project.
Do it from some charger or against a power supply.
We're going to make it much easier. So we use this here. So I'm gonna just... Let's actually unscrew all of these. It's just a USB cable with connectors on that. Right? Some hooks. So let's actually turn off the soldering iron. And what screwdriver could possibly be good? I have like glue on my shirt. Not actual glue, it's glue, but just the strings. So, come on. So, why is this stuck there? So, this one was missing a 1 ohm resistor, so we tried another one and it didn't work.
Supply will be preferred since it has a protection if too much amps.
Yeah, but this is okay. It's supposed to be a USB there, okay? It's supposed to be a USB. And we could even start with the battery if we're scared. So it's not connected to battery for your sake, okay? So now let's just do there.
Yeah, but if this had some hidden short.
Yeah. So if it has some hidden short, we will survive. So today during the day I was like with my fingers in a 220 AC to 110 volts 5 amps converter. So this is like 5 volts. My god.
Smile, smile.
So it's not like it feels like I need to be careful, right? So also this is a good protection to put on all of it, so we don't, since it's just a board, you could put it as a protection. So this is also supposed to go there. So what I'm thinking next is to actually pull multimeters back out, and that's why I was like laughing when I put it back.
Not to short the USB port.
No, it's not in the PC. I have just some normal outlets here on the side, and I have tiny USB chargers plugged in, so I'm not going to plug it in the PC. So now I switched it over, so it's getting better than that bad old battery. I plugged it into this first, so now it's in a phone charger, a very old one. So let's get this one out again. But this one, yeah, we want like the same one probably again too. So that and that. So should never put it away. It's just so much things on my desk. So many things. So where did the screwdriver go? It can't have disappeared. There. So I decided to put them on the desk since I use them all the time. Maybe I'll like put them on underneath here. Like you can just pull them out. One at a time. Like a tiny holder like this underneath the desk. Oh, let's turn it on. So we want volts. We want the other end. We want to check first the in voltage. So we're checking that we have approximately 5 volts in. Yeah. And what is it on these? So that's 0. Is it like changing all the time? Look. Ah. Yeah, it's definitely not, something is definitely happening with that. I'm probably totally still. Is it going down again? Maybe it's just the value. So let's disconnect one of these and see what the value is at, right? So what is it now? So it is.
Might be because the battery protection.
So it's draining kind of quickly. This is a battery now only. And there's not like there's a big capacitor or something there. So let's plug it in and let it charge for a long time, right? So it can charge all night if it wants to. So I am a bit tired. Let's unplug the glue, right? Or maybe I won't do it all night because it's old batteries, you know, you never know. Still on the third light? No? We're on the fourth light now for the battery. Should we do a quick measure again? So, last quick measure. So, let's actually... So... Let's see. Last measure for the stream. I'm gonna turn the multimeter off after because it'll wake me up, right? Just when I'm falling asleep, it will go beep, 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 beep. So what did we have last time? 3.7? 4.1?
3.9.
So did you see it went down there all the way? So I guess it's like testing stuff when it's sometimes up and down a bit. Maybe it's like using a bit of a power and test. I don't know what's happening. I don't think it was me moving. It might have been, of course. But it was like stable before, wasn't it? Why would it go down to 3.7 and not just 0 it? Yeah, so I'm not moving. So I think it's...
There is a charging curve.
Yeah, so it stops charging. And it's like checking what the battery actually is at or something. Maybe. So I'll turn the multimeter off